Harry has shown what a cowardly hypocrite he is by using his wife to attack the people he despises, while at the same time trying to claim that it is in order to protect her. Harry has really weaponized his nasty wife as a stick to beat his family with and everybody else he has a problem with for that matter. He does stand behind her skirts whining that she's an innocent victim. Well, it's not working. But apparently he cannot understand that thanks to the haze that he lives in with those hallucinogenic drugs. Honestly, folks, I think that Harry tried to choose the very worst kind of woman that he possibly could find. And we know why he did that. He was trying to hurt his family, especially his father, whom he obviously despises. It was Meghan's insistence to come to Balmoral, and that's a place that she was not wanted by the family, and it was inappropriate for her to be there anyway. But she wanted to be there at the Queen's bedside. Well, the Queen did not want her there. I mean, I understand. The poor Queen just wanted to die in peace. But Meghan is so insane that she never wants to let Harry be with his family alone. Very disturbing. And so Harry argued until he was blue in the face and his family left him to catch the next flight. So this deprived him the chance of saying goodbye to his late grandmother. Who was the cause of this problem, though? Well, it was his wife. Because only narcissistic, sadistic sociopaths act like that. Until Harry gets a grip on reality, nothing is going to work out well for him. And I don't know if that's even possible because he's already admitted that he is a drug addict. Narcissists love their victims to have addictions because it makes them so much easier to control. I have a family member in this exact same situation. And so recovery from his addiction isn't possible until he finally finds the courage to walk away from his wife, or maybe she leaves him. She is his enabler, and it is in her best interest to keep him as addicted as possible. She wants him confused and stressed. And while Harry is in this haze, she and her mother Doria are continuing to clean him out financially. They are using all that money for themselves and also with the legal court cases and other expenses they accumulate. And this is exactly why they're demanding that the royal family apologize to Meghan, so that she can legally sue them in yet another con in this endless series of cons that we're seeing from those two. In fact, it would validate all of Meghan and Harry's lies too. Their never-ending talking about this point shows that this is just another setup by Meghan and Doria too. It is about time to allow these people to live their lives in peace and private. That's what they said they wanted to do after all. They are not part of public life in the UK, or in the US for that matter either. And most people in Britain and the US are just sick and tired of their denigration of Britain. The royal family needs to consider having Meghan charged with having a coercive and controlling relationship with Harry, which in the UK is actually a criminal offense. Because it seems like Harry is just lost. He is off his face all the time, and he has been psychologically manipulated. That's how this abuse is continuing. I mean, for the first time in his whole life, Harry really believes that he is important, and he's getting a lot of pleasure out of these court cases. He believes that he's got the royal family in the palm of his hand, and he just loves threatening them with his great power that Meghan has convinced him that he's got. I think Harry's past speaks for itself. The fact is, Meghan didn't really have to work too hard. Harry was already half-baked. And probably this case is going to be thrown out because there is no real proof, and it's too late to complain with the excuse that the royal family kept him in the dark for such a long time. Harry's really just showing that he was too stupid to figure this all out for himself. And if you look at Harry's past, it really does speak for itself. Harry's never been a nice person. He's always been very negative and disrespectful of British people who had lost loved ones during World War II, for example. But no, Harry only cares about having a good time. And I think he's always been so jealous of his older brother's position in the royal family. So he was a very easy target for a narcissist. She wanted to take over an age-old institution. Meghan saw how mixed up Harry is and thought that he could get her where she wanted to be, adored, admired, and in charge. Meghan zeroed in on every single weakness that Harry showed, every ounce of self-doubt, every confusion in his ginger brain. She caused him to believe that she would fix all his problems for him, but instead she's made everything so much worse. But at the same time, I am not trying to claim that Harry was tricked. I mean, Harry is no innocent guy who was just trapped in a fishbowl or whatever. Harry is just not a good person, and now we see the worst of him, and he's loathed all across the world. His past, though, was the real foundation for Meghan's ambition. And honestly, now that I'm thinking more about it, I'm not sure that Harry really believes he is important. I suspect he believes he is being healed by Meghan. She sends him off to weirdo quacks who tell him that his mother is there. Any importance in that household is in Meghan's mind, though. She truly believes in her own importance, and so I guess she convinces Harry that he's important too. The thing about it is, Harry is no longer capable of thinking for himself. I believe the only thing Harry really thinks is dependent on the fact that Meghan has told him that he's so happy now. He's away from his family and friends in the UK. He's away from the fishbowl and the racist UK media, so therefore he has to be happy. That evil witch Harry married really does need to be charged with something by somebody. She has Harry completely under control, so it's important to exclude him from the possible list of someone. Harry is way too lost in space, and he's been criminally manipulated. It is high time that King Charles and Camilla, William and Catherine all speak with their lawyers and take legal action against Harry and Meghan. I think staying quiet on this matter is not the best course of action. They do have more money, so Harry and Meghan really couldn't do anything, because without their millions, Harry and Meghan would really struggle. And that's all they care about. They care about money. They are incredibly greedy, and of course they want power. I just cannot stand the things that they say and do. So I'd say it's about time they were forced to apologize. They need to shut their mouths, and they need to pay millions to the royal family for their horrible behavior. And the fact is, the only real winners in this are the corporate media. So fine, let Meghan and her very dysfunctional prince always have the last word. Without any acknowledgement from the palace, their incessant and unoriginal complaints and demands are going to lose a lot of weight with each retelling. Or, even worse, proofs to the contrary. Soon enough, they are going to be relegated to novelty status. I mean, even a divorce is only going to get them a year or two of financial opportunities to sell their new story, at which point both of them are going to finally slink off into oblivion. One commenter said, for the first time in his life, Harry needs to have a court that will totally follow the UK laws and ignore the King's wishes. Until somebody finally takes charge of the wrong behavior this child continues spewing, it will just continue on and on. The court that forgave Meg's lie when she claimed to have forgotten how an episode actually happened was wrong. Courts are supposed to enforce the truth rather than bury it. All of these pretend cases the duo makes up and the courts do not take proper action against have all contributed to the current problem. It's Harry that continues to rant and rave about the nasty royal family who did nothing for him that needs to be stopped. The drugged man has spewed treasonous words but gets away with it. Do any of you realize that just a few hundred years ago how this situation could be handled is much different? What do you think about Harry's meanness and vileness? Let us know your thoughts below in the comments section. We hope you have found this video helpful. Don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy it. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll be back to see you in the next videos. Bye bye now.